Morning, PWC chiropractic family. Did my best. I first tried to set up where you could see the sunrise here in the background. So, two things to do to start your day today that I think will really help you have a great day. One, listen into this message here. For so many families, it's going to be a really helpful one. And then two, just take a moment and look at the sunrise as it comes up wherever you are this morning. And just know that spring and warm weather are coming. It's just a beautiful morning here out on the Ebo farm. But let's dive right in. So yesterday, what we're going to do, it's coffee chat, right? So what we're talking about here today, if I can turn my mug in the right way, and yes, these PWC mugs are now available at the office. We put another big order in because they're flying off the shelf. These PWC mugs, pretty cool. Great mug, too. $5 a piece. And that money, as all the stuff that we sell, apparel, mugs, or any PWC gear, that money does not go, it goes to PWC patients who have hardship and have troubles paying for care and being able to afford it. So we have our own internal system where all of our stuff that we pay for and then sell goes to help those families out. And we have a list and folks get on that. And we have one that added to the list yesterday who really, really needs help. So buy some of the gear and the PWC stuff and you'll be wearing cool stuff, supporting PWC and helping families in need. So, but we're going to talk about on all of our stuff, it now says Hope, Help, Answers. We're going to talk about answers today. The inspiration for this video came from a conversation yesterday with a mom that I've unfortunately had far too many times. And until medicine and the healthcare system really changes, it's going to be one I know is going to keep coming our way. It was a conversation all centered around initially frustration. That mom had become so frustrated with her medical care team as she searched for answers for why her child, her 11-year-old, was struggling, and then what she could do about it. Because every family, every practitioner should know this, every parent knows this, that we have to figure out the why before we can know the what. Meaning, why did our kiddo get sick or struggling or what's going on with them? And then we will know quite automatically what to do. If we can center and figure out this is what's going wrong within the body, then we can figure out this is what we need to do about it. So one of our favorite things, one of the top 3 favorite things to provide in PWC is answers. And one of the reasons we really love to provide them is, again, unfortunately, we know that very few families are getting them on the other side of the healthcare fence, if you will. And again, this is, as we never do with PWC videos and content, this isn't going to be an anti-medicine, an anti-hospitals, an anti-specialist sort of conversation. It's just going to be a real conversation based upon where we are in the world and based upon science that says they miss so many things on the medical side of the fence because this has happened. It happened to this family. One set of struggles comes. So it actually began with immune struggles, okay? The child started to get sick last August and last fall as we went into that. And then it spilled over into neurological challenges, behavior and emotional challenges. So this family followed the typical referral tree, right? So first, when the immune system was challenged, and it's a kid, they called their pediatrician. And the first thing the pediatricians almost always do for sick kids is antibiotics or steroids of some nature, right? Depending on what kind of infection. A lot of times it's both. And so they put the child on those medications and didn't get any resolution or help. And also, they didn't only not get the child well, but the child's nervous system, neuroemotional system took off and started to have massive issues. OCD and anxiety and all these other sort of challenges that had been under the surface for this child's time. It goes all the way back to perfect storm and birth and colic and everything like we talk about. But now it just erupted, these neurobehavioral challenges. So now the referral tree goes. So they're sent in to see a neurologist. And then the neurologist says, well, now there's also been this history of gut stuff. So you're going to go see a gastroenterologist. And then the gastroenterologist can't really figure out why there's so much inflammation and irritation in that. So they're about to refer this mother to a rheumatologist, right? So she's 1 month into her child's struggles and she's 4 different kinds of doctors into referrals and no answers. So it's one thing to go see one doctor and get no answers. And it's a whole nother thing that so many kids in today's world will go see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 specialists and doctors, and the families still go, yeah, still doesn't make sense. I still don't have the answers I need to figure out what help I need to help my child and get their health back, right? Because when we do this three-pronged approach, right, of giving you hope, giving you answers, and giving you help, well, then we get your child's health back. And here's the science, and here's the coffee chat I wanted to have. The reason that none of those specialists, from the pediatrician all the way through the tree, really find too many answers in kids these days, beyond the really, really super simple, blatant stuff in pathology, is because none of them, even the neurologist, this is the most kind of, oxymoron one, but it's real, so we have to just approach it that way and help families that way. None of them are specialists in the system that ties all the other systems together. None of them are specialists in the system that bears the brunt of the stress that our kids are going through today, which comes from three ways: physical trauma, toxin in environment and foods that we are more toxic than ever, and then the emotional stress that, yes, for a 9, 10, and 11-year-old is higher and more than ever before. It's the nervous system that gets stuck with all of that stress. And it's the nervous system that then ties, controls, coordinates all the other systems together: the gut, the immune system, the endocrine system, the hormonal system. All of the other systems are tied together and controlled by the nervous system. And nobody on the medical side of the fence, no matter their school, no matter their hospital affiliation, no matter their initials or specialty department, even neurologists, and I'll cover why that is in a second, are masters in understanding that system. See, what's happened is medicine has become very splintered. And, the one I always have, I get most mystified by is an ENT. There's so much more that has to do with the control and the health of the ears, the nose, and the throat than just those three parts altogether. And so we can't really just expect to evaluate only one part of the entire human physiological and neurological system and find all the answers, right? We have to look at the whole thing all together. And even neurology in the medical world today, neurology really only runs MRIs, looks at brains, and sees if there's gross anatomical, pathological problems in there. It's not a functional approach to neurology where we can find where the stress and the disconnect and the disorganization is. And that was this child's findings, as it is with almost every perfect storm and pediatric child we go through. Once we put our understanding and our approach and our protocols and our scans in play and assess the total connection, organization, and stress functionality of the nervous system, we find so many answers by looking first into the system that ties all the other systems together, then finding that subluxation or stress in there, and then putting a plan in play that says, let's help your child's nervous system relax, unwind, better concentrate, better coordinate, and better connect. And when we do that, absolutely the immune system is going to come online. Absolutely the gastrointestinal system is going to start to function better with less stress and more motility and more ease. Absolutely, the emotional system and the behavioral system is coming online. And there's so much science and research that connects this all together, that really the nervous system, the vagus nerve, and the way we assess it with our scans to find that stress, that's where you can find, through one system, through one approach, you can find so many answers. And that's the coffee chat I want to have with you today. If you're still searching for answers and you've been following our page because you're starting to put the puzzle together by just watching little snippets of videos and articles and blogs and here and there, and it's sounding almost too good to be true, let it be that way. Because it is true that the nervous system controls all the other systems. And it is true that one thing, one approach, pediatric chiropractic, can help improve the function of multiple other systems. It almost is too simple to be that powerful. I know that's what holds a lot of families. I know that's what holds a lot of other providers from referring to chiropractic. That can't be. It must be unscientific because that science is too simple. Well, we've become the most scientific, splintered, siloed healthcare system in the world that has landed us with the sickest, most struggling generation of kids in the world. So we do need to flip that firmly on its head. So my coffee chat take home for you today is, if you've got families whose kids have struggles, and you know that those struggles are now leading to frustration from the parents of going, really? You want me to go see another specialist? Or if you are that parent that goes, another referral to an allergist or an immunologist or whoeverist, and you just know that sinking feeling in your gut that you're going to go and all the stress and all the time and all the money and all the travel to do that and still not get answers, well, go in the healthcare system, but in a different direction. Go to a pediatric chiropractor. Go to us if you're local, and go to one that we can connect you with. So just shoot us a message, inbox, or comment here where you're at if you haven't found these answers. But start there first. You're not going to get the answers you seek and want for your child, the help you want for your child until you get the answers you've been seeking for. And that's what chiropractors are absolutely experts in, is because we know how to tie that all together. So if you're just not quite all the way ready yet to come in or come into us or go into another pediatric chiropractor we'd refer you to, then come to one of our workshops, watch one of our webinars, attend one of our events, because that's why we put those on, to give you even the coffee chats and the Facebook Live videos are the snippets of the answers and getting your hope back and giving you those directions. The workshops and the webinars are the big pieces of answers, right? The big chunks to that, and we have them all the time. You can click on our events tab. We have Perfect Storm coming up again. We have Kick the Sick coming up again. Dr. Ron gives so many answers to the prenatal and pregnancy world and what they're searching for. And honestly, just raising healthy kids, even if your kids aren't struggling, but you sometimes feel like you don't have all the answers, family wellness is a big, big, big part of what we do as well, and we're there for that. So if you yourself are frustrated and don't have the answers you're looking for, or you know a family who is really boiling over with their frustration and going to specialist after specialist, doc after doc, and not finding the answers, send them into our network, get them to one of our events, have them watch all of our videos, and we'll be there to get their hope back, to give them the answers, and then to give them the help that they need to get their child healthy again. Thanks for tuning in on the coffee chat this morning. See, sunshine. So I talked about in the video in the beginning. Let me see if I can show you. It's coming up over the sun. It never works on video. See, it's just blasting it out. I'll take a picture of the sunshine on the farm and send it out there this morning. But it's a good day for a lot of families to get their hope back and to get some answers so they can get that help. So God bless. Be well. Take care.